Hi guys, welcome back to my vlog. At the point of making this video, I was just looking at the beauty called Nigeria and by extension Africa, which this is crazy because how is it that the cost of living is about to kill the living in Nigeria? Abruptly, from nowhere, we all woke up to NMPC, which is like the regulating body for petroleum pricing in Nigeria. So, whatever their prices are, the prices cannot go below it. It could be above, but I mean, it's subject to their recommendation and what the necessary authorities have aligned on, right? And then we just wake up and then we were purchasing for at five some NNPC was previously 598 also, and other lines were selling for 620 and above. And we hear that NMPC has reviewed this price to 800 and something. So now some fuel stations are selling for as high as 1,000, some 868, some 920. I mean, different prices per the location. And the worst hits are people in the east, as I hear that even when NNPC was selling for five something, they were purchasing for 900, 800, 1,000 and above from fuel stations. I'm not talking about black market people. It's just disheartening because I would think that if there was to be a change in pricing, at least give the citizens a heads up so people plan accordingly. This is coming in September when school is now in session. People are back from summer vacation after spending millions of naira and or whatnot. So you have schools who have already itemized or sent out the school fees for the session, having to review their prices. You have parents who have already budgeted a particular amount for school fees, tuition fee, and maybe probably transportation to school, having to review their budgets. But you have salaries still being the same. It's crazy here in Nigeria because you have no clue as to what you wake up to the next day. It's the same thing when people say chibwa knows or that you wake up in the morning and you hear something else. It's just disheartening to tell you the very truth because at the end of the day, the pricing of the petrol triples on other things. Like it's a triple effect. It's a ripple effect actually, because the market woman will tell you that her transportation from where she sources for her produce to her store in the market has increased, so she has to increase her price in order to make ends meet or even break even. Things are going to skyrocket, and that's the crazy part. It's just so sad because it's hard and it gets harder by the day. With this now, insecurity will be on the rise, different vices will come up. Kidnapping is already on the increase. Now it's going to double because, I mean, it's crazy here. Living in Nigeria has to be the craziest thing right now. I mean, we all deserve our own world records because if you're living here, you're literally on survival mode every day. I've always been an advocate that fuel subsidy can never sustain any economy, or an economy cannot thrive when you have fuel subsidy. But I've also been an advocate for you can't put a square peg in a round hole, right? So, in as much as these policies might be for the greater good, which we cannot see now, according to what they're saying, but you can't do most of these things without putting things in place. Most of the countries where you have fuel being sold at exorbitant prices have good working public transport systems. The trains work, the public buses work, like everything is working. In Nigeria here, the train stations are not even as much as what we have abroad. The public transport system is non-existent in in some states, in some sections of the state, right? Insecurity is on the rise because you get into a public transport system, you have one chance people, you have ritualists, you have kidnappers. So why wouldn't you want to go with your private vehicle? We have no respect for timing in Africa. Abroad, you have a public bus station, and it tells you what time your bus is going to arrive and what time is going to depart. That helps you plan your schedule. I honestly do hope that things take a different turn soon, because honestly, it's getting harder by the day. It's getting tougher and more unbearable by the day. We are yet to see this light at the end of the tunnel. I just pray God to sustain everyone, because it's hard.